Welkom in Europa, blijf hier tot ik dood ga. Europa, pa, Europa, pa. Welkom in Europa, blijf hier tot ik dood ga. Europa, pa, Europa, pa.
Bezoek mijn friends en friends of neem de benen naar Wenen. Ik wil weg uit Netherlands, maar mijn paspoort is verdwenen. Heb gelukkig geen visum nodig om bij je te zijn. Dus neem de bus naar Polen of de trein naar Berlijn. Ik heb geen geld voor Paris, dus gebruik mijn fantasie. Heb je een eurotje please, zeg merci en alsjeblieft. Ik ben echt alles kwijt, behalve de tijd. Dus ik ben elke dag op reis, want de wereld is van mij.
Welkom in Europa, blijf hier tot ik dood ga. Europa, pa, Europa, pa. Welkom in Europa, blijf hier tot ik dood ga. Europa, pa, Europa, pa. Europa, pa, 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 pa. Europa, pa, pa. Europa, pa, 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 pa. Europa.
Ich bin in Deutschland, aber ich bin so allein. Io sono in Italia, maar toch doet het pijn. Ben aan het vluchten van mezelf, roep de hele dag om help. Ja, ik geef zelfs mensen geld, maar er is niemand die me helpt. Ik hoef geen escargots, hoef geen vis en chips, hoef geen paël. Ja, no, ik weet niet eens echt wat dat is. Zet de radio aan, ik hoor Stromae met Papa Oete. Zal niet stoppen tot ze zeggen ja, dat doet hij goed, hé.
Welkom in Europa, blijf hier tot ik dood ga. Europa, pa, Europa, pa. Welkom in Europa, blijf hier tot ik dood ga. Europa, pa, Europa, pa. Europa, pa, 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 pa.
Okay, everyone. Hi, everyone. Okay, before I put on my camera, I don't want to hear any of the, oh my god, you look so different. Oh my god, catfish, etc. Shut the fuck up. I'm literally tired. I had an experience yesterday, and
Chicken nugget, yeah. Chicken nugget, yeah. Chicken nugget, yeah.
you got for the tier 1, the 11th month. How are you doing? Okay, guys, I've had a crazy day yesterday, okay? I had a crazy day. Yesterday was the craziest shit ever. The hair is herring, bro. My hair is getting so long. No, yesterday was a crazy day, and we're gonna go through what happened yesterday. But while I do that, I'm doing my makeup because, guys, today is Dantes' birthday, and he's right now not live. He's showering right now because he's gonna go live in a bit, and I need to do my hair and my makeup for meeting with his family. So I thought the best idea would be doing it on stream. So we're gonna do that. So yeah, we're just gonna like hang out with his family, not that much. Just like come by, talk a bit with them. Forehead reveal. We're gonna talk a bit with his family. Oh my god, that looks, oh. Ooh. 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 No. Ugh. Ugh. Ooh. What? Stop it. Okay, wait. Yeah? I'll put a new one in. Bro, my cat is always eating my toothbrushes. Okay. So, what happened yesterday? So, yesterday, what basically happened was, you remember, guys, like a couple of months ago. Okay, I want everyone that remembers to write a 1 in chat. Who remembers a couple of months ago, I told you guys on stream that a girl messaged me and she wanted to like meet up with me. I think it was in September actually that happened. I told you that there's a German girl here in the area that I live in, and she wanted to meet up with me, and I was so hyped to have like a friend here. Okay, so a couple of people remember that. So fast forward, I dodged her a lot of times just because of like travel things, and on top of that, like just like things were happening, like Dantes' subathon, my subathon, that I was doing like mentally very bad after my subathon because I was just like worn out, etc., etc. that it just never happened that we met up until yesterday. So yesterday we made a day. We were like, okay, we're gonna meet this day and we're gonna go eat ramen. And I was like, you know what? Like, I have severe anxiety. I always bring my boyfriend everywhere. I'm gonna bring him as well when we meet up. And she was like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like, I'm gonna bring my boyfriend then as well. So we meet up. And first of all, she's gorgeous. Bro, such a beautiful girl. And the vibes are immediately there. But before that, I was like so scared. I was like, oh my God, like Dantes, like they're gonna think I'm fucking weird. Like they're gonna think I'm such a weirdo. Like they're not gonna like me. Cause like when I get excited or when I get nervous, I start talking a lot of crap, like a lot of bullshit. And I was like scared that I would do that. And then we were like meeting up and we were like very vibing. We were really cool afterwards. We like exchanged phone numbers and everything. And it went really well. So guess I have a new friend here, guys. I was so nervous. You don't understand. I was so nervous. What's her IG? I'm gonna ask her if she's fine with me sharing it, and then I can like show you guys who she is. But I'm not sure if she like wants that, because like as an example, Dantes' girlfriends that I'm also like friends with, they don't want to be shown on stream. Like they don't want people to see their faces, so I gotta be respectful of that, you know? Where's Dantes? Showering right now. So in this moment, while you're writing that and like listening to my answer to your question, he's actually naked. How does that make you feel? Does her boyfriend play League? Well, apparently he like plays some, but more FPS games. So I feel like this time when we met, it was more like a thing of they're more my type of people. And what I mean, okay, this is gonna be a hard one. What I mean with my type of people, I'm amplifying on people that are like alternative, tattoos, into like a lot of like rap music, people that are just like mentally unstable and probably drug addicts, convicts. So yeah, I think Dantes was like having a good time, but it's like there were some topics where he just couldn't say anything about because he just doesn't care about them. Like at some point we were talking about like concerts like Suicide Boys, Harper, Young Lean, Bones and stuff like that, and it was just like, yeah, I don't know, like actually wait a second, she told me something. Wait, maybe I can find that. Wait, I think she told me something. Let me see if I can find it. Hi Danny, what's up? Bro, as if I can't find that shit. Okay, because the thing is, so she told me that from this one musician, she's like the cover of his song. So I thought like that's like out there. Maybe someone knows it, but I can't find it. Bro, that shit is fucked. I will never. No, it's not funny. Like, I'm trying to work and I can not hear myself. Watching Dantes showing doesn't sound that bad. Real. Yeah, no, guys, I can't find it. I don't know why I can't find it. It's so bad. Why can I not find it? Yeah, I don't think I will find it. Which is like really weird. Because I know that that musician used to like... That musician used to like only have like girls at his like as like his album covers, and now I can't find it. Whatever. Fuck that shit. Whatever. Yeah, but she's like on one of like 2 of his songs as the cover, and I thought that I could show you how she looks like, but I can't find it. You inspired me to get a Moonchild tattoo. Real. Real. I know what you mean. Yo, Dragon, what's up? Tim, hello. Didn't know it Dantes was Dantes' birthday. Yes, today is Dantes' birthday. Everyone has to congratulate him. And also Anna, thank you for the tier 1 in the 6th month. Guys, I think I have a cold or something. Like, I feel like I'm sick. Like, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. Nah, the musician was Bones, if I'm not mistaken. Like, the musician was Bones, but like, I know that Bones used to have his covers always be like girls, but like I looked it up and I couldn't find one single one. Nice. Can you check your Discord DMs? I don't really look into my Discord DMs, to be honest. Except, yeah. I want to cut down from my bulk. How can I starve, Max? No, I can't. Send me a DM. No, you don't understand. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. I'm sorry. That is ethically not okay to say. But yeah, I will answer my Discord DMs later. Maybe Harper? No, I was pretty sure she told me Bones. Wait, let me see. Maybe Harper. What? Maybe it was Harper. Let me see. Hi, Cat. No, I think it was him actually. I can only see one. I'm pretty sure that's her. But it's like an older song, I think. That's why she looks a bit more emo here. Like yesterday she was giving more coquette little air, you know what I mean? What? How can I help you, mister? Okay, guys, yeah, I can show you. Gatekeeping is crazy. Not gatekeeping, bro. I can't gatekeep a mental illness. Like, yes, guys, how to eating disorder. Like, it's like, what? Yeah, guys, I misheard it. Because I thought she said Bones, but it was Harper. Here, wait, this is her. She's probably fine with that, right? She is. I'm gaslighting myself into believing she is. Here. I've been playing Hello Kitty Adventure Island for the past 3 days. Good for you. What mic do you use? MB Shuren 7 MB Shuren. I'm not sure. But that's her. Skibbity. Okay, let's Yo, Vestra, thank you so much for the
Gatto's
2 on the
getting
6th.
big.
Thank you. She's so pretty. Oh, bro. I know. I give her the silly digits on my card. Bro, you don't understand. Yesterday, so when we were sitting there and she was like talking about like, because we were talking about like our experiences as like girls in the industry. And when she was telling me like how some people behave towards her, even though they knew or they were like in contact with her boyfriend, bro, I lost my shit. Like, there were some scenarios where like girls would try to approach her boyfriend while she was like near him. Bro, like I didn't want to come over as too crazy, but if that would have been my partner, I would have literally like ripped their eyes out. Yeah. Yeah, I met up with her yesterday. Did y'all speak German? Yeah, at some point. But like to be respectful, in front of the guys, we were talking English. You only have beautiful gals as friends? Of course. Of course. And my skin also looks flawless. Thank you. But I need to put chapstick on because literally my lips are burning. I don't know what's happening. I think I'm like very sick. Rip Dantes? Why Rip Dantes? Okay, better. Oh my god, you don't understand, guys. I'm literally like, I literally feel so sick. I literally feel so sick. How old is he turning? He turned 23 today. So in between December and February of the next year, me and Dantes are always 2 years, like from the number wise apart. And as soon as it hits February, it's only 1 year. Bro, my cats have been meowing so much. What gift did you get, Dantes? Well, I didn't have that much money this time. Because, like, I always already went all out on Christmas for him. Because on Christmas, I bought him so much stuff that I was so broke that I couldn't, like, afford anything else. So, I bought him to Christmas, like, a VR set, Legos, I bought him League items, I bought him shoes, magic cards, like a bunch of stuff. So this time I didn't have that much money, so I just invited him to like a dinner with me in like a old traditional Japanese kitchen. What are your cats' name? Yumi and Heki. Like Yumi and Hekarim. Did you answer if you could check later the Discord? Yes. You named the cat Hekarim? Well, I didn't. Dantes did. Do, 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 do. If Dante's ex's name was Yumi, would you still name your cat Yumi? Well, if Dante's ex's name would be Yumi, first of all, it's 2 U's. I would be concerned for her or him, not excluding anyone. Because who the fuck calls their kid that? Like, is you okay? Is you acoustic? I would probably be more concerned for them than giving a fuck about the cat's name. But like, I don't know. I feel like if you're like in a healthy relationship, or like not even a healthy, it's just like a normal relationship, a lot of times you don't even know like the names of their ex-partners. So yeah. Have you read Berserk or watched both? But I would never rewatch it, but always reread it. Do you sleep on the couch? No, I have a bed. How old are you? 24. You should post more exclusive content on IG. Coming soon. Coming soon, trust. What's the best makeup products for lips? I have a whole YouTube video on that, on like my makeup. Hi, how are you doing? Do you think you can be friends with your ex? Well, I personally don't think so, because like, so I always viewed like relationships to the same, like the gender you're attracted to, as like a very weird thing. Because you have to understand, I feel like most of the times when we're like in a relationship with someone, you should view them as like a potential partner for marriage. Doesn't mean you see them like that right now, but you should go in a relationship with the end goal being marriage, kids, or whatever your end goal in life is. That should be your main thought with that person. You shouldn't go in a relationship with someone only if you're like in an open relationship, I guess, or polyamorous, like I don't care. But like if you're in a monogamic relationship, like, and you're interested in like kids, marriage, or just like a lifelong partner, you should have those thoughts in your brain. And I feel like those thoughts can be like, the feelings that are connected to them can be like kind of like pushed down on. But I feel like when you get out of a relationship like that, it always has a reason. It's either the feelings aren't there anymore, something happened, or whatever. So it's external or internal things that change from the beginning. But that doesn't justify that in the future, those feelings can come back. And what I mean with that is, as an example, you're in a relationship and you both fall out of love with each other, okay? It's mutually, you get, like, you're not in a relationship anymore, whatever, you know? Then you stay friends. So the reason why you fell out of love with each other can have multiple reasons. It can be, oh yeah, like there wasn't enough fire anymore, I wasn't getting enough attention, etc., etc. So now you're friends with that person, you get maybe in another relationship, and now your behavior towards them equifies their love language at that point again, which means that those feelings could potentially come up just in a new manner. Because like people grow, you know, so you always have a potential, like as an example, alcoholics. You can recover from being an alcoholic, but it doesn't mean that if you drink like a glass of alcohol, you can't relapse, you know? So I kind of view it the same way with like relationships, that it's kind of like the alcohol of an alcoholic. You can live next to the alcohol for a long time, but that one time in the like the fitting scenario, in the fitting group of people, you will give into it again, and then it could relapse into something bad, you know? Yeah. Hi Val, ¿cómo estás? I plan to get eyebrow shape up because it's so thin and small. I don't know what that is, but good for you. Ooh, thank you so much. Who needs a fucking therapist when you have Lori? Real. Like, I'm your therapist, guys. What happened to all of your Kirby's? They're here. You can't see them, but they're right behind this area. Do you ever think about bleaching hair? Oh my God. I think about that on a daily basis, but I would never do it because I know that my hair would get too damaged. Also, can you please play, I don't know what that is. I really don't know what that is. But isn't it also kind of about trust? It's low-key disrespectful to be friends with your ex. Well, I feel like disrespectful, you have to see it in the eye of every single relationship, because some relationships, there is no such thing as no trust when it comes to ex relationships, female, male friends. Like, that doesn't exist, but in some it does. And you can't say someone that allows their partner to be best friends with their ex is a bad partner, because if it works in their relationship, perfect for them, you know? In mine, I wouldn't do that because I'm too insecure. It's not that I don't trust my partner. I'm just too insecure just knowing, oh yeah, they did that together. Even it doesn't even have to be an ex-partner. It's just like knowing that my partner could look a certain way at someone and that person looking at them a certain way that I look at them, that makes me upset. And doesn't mean that they have to look at each other that way. Like, Dantes has mutual female friends because they're the partners of his friends. But like, in my mind, it's just like, where would he even meet girls to be friends with, you know? Like, my guy barely has anything in common with anyone. Okay, Hecky. My guy has barely anything in common with anyone. And the only things he talks about is League of Legends, Magic the Gathering, and his family or his career. Like, there is just no reason, you know? Withering Waves. That's the name? Oh, Hecky. Oh. Thank you, Theo. And which is your Tarte concealer? 125. I'm never friends with my ex, but recently one of them asked for help, so I decided to help her out of kindness. I saw probably wrong for that, but I asked my girlfriend for permission and she was fine with it. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, like, if you want to do that, doesn't make you a bad person, you know what I mean? Like, in my relationship, if my partner would come up to me and be like, yo, an ex of mine, like, hit me up if I could help her, like, is you cool with that? I would literally break up with them. Because, like, how dare you even ask me? Like, do you not know me? Bro, be fucking for real. But that's just how I view it, you know? But I have friends that are friends with their exes, so... Yo, Kari,
Loriga
what's up?
chilled.
And it also has to do with like past trauma. I had like a relationship in the past with a guy that like actually asked me like, yo, an ex of mine, like, she's going through like a hard time and she needs like my help. Are you cool with that? And I told him like, bro, I'm not cool with it. But at the end of the day, like, that's your life and you make decisions for yourself. I'm not your mom. I'm not your wife, like, I'm just your partner and I can give you my opinion, but you have to choose for yourself. And he chose to like go and help her, and ended up they didn't talk about her mom. The only thing they talked about is how nice they found it to fuck each other. So I feel like that shit like that also plays in, you know what I mean? Your skin is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. My country don't have Tarte and I want the concealer so bad. I know what you mean. For a long time, it also didn't used to exist in Germany, but nowadays it does, though. I haven't experienced anything worse than being cheated on, not even losing my family member. Good for you, I guess. Also, Kiria, thank you so much for the tier 1 in the 6th month. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the support, guys. We gotta be more active this month. Thoughts on meeting the right people at the wrong time, that doesn't exist. That does not exist. And people, okay, I shouldn't like talk down on it because at the end of the day, everyone sees it the way they want to see it. But in my opinion, that doesn't exist, and you're just a big pussy if you like take that as like as an excuse. Like if people are like, oh my god, like he was the one or she was the one, but it was the wrong time. Bro, be fucking for you. You just didn't want to put the effort in. Because I feel like, especially nowadays, when people hear putting effort into a relationship, for them it's like, oh yeah, being there for them, listening to them. You know what it means being there for someone? Like really, it means putting yourself sometimes behind for them to blossom, you know? And doesn't mean you have to push down on you or anything, but it's like, what is it called? Like what is a Waage in English? A scale. It's like a scale. Sometimes you put something on one side and that pushes down and the other one can blossom, and then it will work the other way. It's never like balanced. It's always like, sometimes it's like this, sometimes like this. And the people don't like being the one having more heaviness on them and letting the other person have more lighter life. And in a real relationship, it's about those moments where you're willing and open to take more weights on your side of the scale to let the other one have a bit of more lightness. But there will be coming times where you also have to accept or expect your partner to take more heaviness on than you. And people just are not ready for that. People are not ready. People want it to be like light all the time for them. And as soon as there's like more than one day where it's more heaviness on them, they're not willing to do anything about it. And it's not about like, oh yeah, like, oh yeah, I have to do like the fucking cooking or whatever. It has to do with like situation where it's like real conversations. As an example, there were situations where me and Dantes almost completely broke up, but like it in the past, not like lately, but like in the beginning of the relationship. And like I was fighting till death for that relationship because I knew that the only reason why we were fighting is because he was lacking in something in the relationship that would put more heaviness onto me. And I was like kind of like drowning a bit in that weight. But I knew that as soon as that little like light switch flicks, it's gonna be way, way different. And I cried a lot. I wanted to go home a lot. I was done so often. I was like a lot of times like, I'm gonna pack my shit. I was already packing my stuff together, like saying bye to everyone, buying flight tickets to Germany. But I still at the end of the day like was like, you know what, like he can do better. He just needs to understand it. So I was still grabbing on until it got to a point where that switch actually, I think like almost a year into the relationship, that switch flicked. And since then it has been so different. I feel like life will always be busy. It's about making it work. Because you're married, you can just be like, oh, I'm busy, too bad. Yeah, it's like people expect things to always be harmonical and 50-50, and that's how they should be, but that's not a real relationship. A real relationship is always one is getting pushed down more on or like put more weight and heaviness on than the other one. But it's about finding a balance and balancing those weights, you know? Weren't you also just homesick? Not really. Don't you get tired of speaking another language? No, because English Loki is becoming like my day-to-day language because I talk to my family, but I do talk more on stream and with Dantes than I talk with my family. So it's like I speak way more English than German nowadays. And of course, Spanish, I barely even speak anymore. Hecky!
Love you, girly less than 3.
Yes, Nev, thank you so much for the tier on the 7th. I really appreciate it, guys. Today I'm getting spoiled on Dante's birthday. Because Dantes did not spoil me on mine. Any action, gory anime recommendations? Oh my god, no. Okay, like, first of all, Solo Leveling 2nd season is out. You should watch that. And when it comes to, like, gory shit, always recommend Junji Ito. Even though I feel like the mangas, like, those mangas are way better. But, oh my god, best anime on this planet. And I know so many people are gonna disagree, but also so many are gonna agree. My Happy Marriage. Oh my god, what a good anime. Will you upload the VOD afterwards? Yes. Are you gonna do anything for Dante's birthday? So, he already got his gift from me. But we're still gonna go out eating today and just like spend some time with him and family and stuff. Oh my god, my eyebrows are literally snatched. She's not trying to be rude because she was skinny last time I saw her. What? Who's rude? What did he say? You gained some fat. Sure, bro. Sure, bro. I gained fat in my ass, bro. I actually am at my lowest weight I've ever been in my whole entire life, except when I was a baby, bro. Where's the mods? Bro, I actually need to fire my mods, bro. They're not coming into my streams anymore. I need to find new ones. His birthday's today? Yes. That's so rude. It's not rude. Like, saying someone has gained weight, guys. We need to stop taking weight gain as, like, an insult. And if you call someone fat, first of all, you shouldn't say that to anyone. Because that's, like, very fucking insulting to people that are overweight. But you know what? I will not feel attacked about it just because, like, imagine someone watches me that is, like, a bit more curvy or whatever. Like, bro, I don't want them to feel bad for me feeling attacked for it, you know what I mean? Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a curvy girl or just having a bit of more weight on your hips. So, like, if I sit here and I feel attacked, if someone, like, calls me as an example overweight or fat, like, I don't want anyone that, like, has a more curvier body than me to feel like, oh, like, look, she feels attacked by it. Like, how does that make me feel? So, do I feel attacked by it? No. It's like, okay. We gotta spread positivity. I need to wait until that dried and then I can do the rest. Bro, my powder is like the best fucking skin match ever. Also, I'm getting like muscly, guys. Ooh. Gym is paying off. I went 2 times. Hecka bathing time. Hi, Hecky. Yumza is sleeping there and Hecky is sleeping there. No, I felt so bad that I didn't have like a big gift for Dantes. Like, it was making me feel so bad. Thank you, Nev. What's your opinion on holding your loved ones accountable? How important is that to you? Accountable for what? Because I feel like, as an example, like if I'm out with my partner and we're like in a scenario where someone else like says something against them and they like, I don't know, say something that isn't correct or whatever, like I would never, depending though on what, of course, but I would never like fall into their backs. You know what I mean? Like if you're talking shit, I'm gonna talk shit with you, but I'm gonna like let you know afterwards, like you talked a lot of bull crap and like you were not right. You know what I mean? Thank you for the rate. And but I feel like when there's things that a partner does that is like, as an example, like either not like you're a bad human being, but you're like doing something or you did something in your past that is just like really bad and you need to like learn from that. I do feel like we should make our loved ones like accountable for it, because like how can you grow if no one tells you to grow from like a bad behavior? Like as an example that I can give is that of course happened behind the bars, behind the scenes, because like why the fuck would it happen on like on social media? But it got pulled into social media later on. But Dantes used to have like this like thing that almost, I would say not every single, but almost every single streamer guy has, where they like literally flirt with every single girl in their DMs. Like that's a common thing in like male streamers, that they like get nudes from like girls and shit like that, and like that girls are like trying to talk to them, whatever their like reasoning is, if it's like just getting attention, fame, money, or just like the person itself. So you have to understand that like a lot of people do that shit, but it's nothing wrong with like talking to multiple people at a time, but you need to be like more than transparent about it, you know? Like don't make people have false hope. So what Dantes used to do, and he talked about it openly after it got like kind of like pulled into social media. Dantes used to like entertain multiple people at the same time. And back in the day, he was like enabled by everyone around him, you know? Like every other streamer dude that he was talking to would tell him like, oh my God, like we're gonna get bitches and shit like that. Like they would enable his behavior, and there was just no one telling him like, bro, like what you're doing is literally hurting people's emotions. And in Dantes's brain, and I kind of can understand it, but also as like a girl that has gotten like her hopes up in the past, I also do understand the other people's sides. So he would like tell the people like, yeah, I'm not looking for a relationship right now, so don't think that we're getting somewhere. And he would say that first things off, you know? And then they would continue talking, and he would tell them like things like, oh my God, I love you, like you're the one, and blah, blah, blah. And of course, like if someone tells you shit like that, you're like, oh, like that person changed their mind, you know? Like in my, like if I would hear that, I would literally be like, oh, that person changed their mind, like they actually care for me, like they want to be with me, you know? But that wasn't his intentions. So he would get people's hopes up, and of course they were like justified in being mad about it when he would like ghost them a couple of like days later, you know? So that I found out about it because a girl that was like part of the whole scheme like tried like spamming me, like she would literally harass me. And like I don't think it's a bad thing if you want to let me know about something, but she would literally harass me to a point where she would like message me every single screenshot of their conversation, them like sexting with each other, them talking about the sex they had with each other. And they would like comment under my posts and be like, oh yeah, bro, that was almost me a couple of months ago. And like just like batshit crazy shit, you know what I mean? And like I knew that Dantes was talking to multiple people while we started talking to each other, but at that point, like of course I didn't know like how he behaved towards them. So when I found out about it, like, is it okay to harass me? Like, bro, I didn't do anything to you. Like, harassing me is like the furthest from being a good person. So Loki dodged a bullet there. But like, I did understand that they were hurt and shit. So like, I sat down with Dantes, and that was actually in Korea. And I sat down with him, and at that point I think we were together for like not even a month. And I told him like, yo, like, this is what I not found out, but this is what I was told. This is what people have told me with like proof. And I want to be like completely transparent with you. You're a very bad person. And he was like, first not understanding what I meant. Like, he was like, bro, what does that have to do like with us? Like, why are you telling me these things? Like, I don't even talk to these people anymore. And I like made him I tried making him understand. And I feel like at the end of the conversation, he also understood it. I tried making him understand that even though we're in a relationship, like, he did something to people that is not okay, and that's gonna haunt our relationship for a long time. So he felt bad about it, and he like cried a bit, whatever. He was like, he never wanted people to feel that way. But at that point, like, there were so many people involved, he couldn't even apologize to all of them, you know what I mean? Like, also a lot of them like blocked him, so yeah. So I thought like, whatever, all good. And then these people like came back and tried like canceling him on social media, and he was like, bro, I 100% understand where you guys coming from. Like, what I did was not okay, and I shouldn't have done all these things. But then they fucked themselves over because they started like lying and like bringing up stuff that never happened the way it happened. And then they tried pulling me into it, even though I was nothing but nice to those people. But you know what? At the end of the day, people that actually got hurt got an apology, and they like messaged me afterwards and were like, thank you so much for like making this happen. And I'm like, of course, like, just thinking something isn't gonna fix things. So if you really think that you did something wrong, like, personally apologizing is always a good thing. And like, especially if you know that that person wants a personal apology and you can make it happen, why not, you know? So yeah, so did I hold him accountable there? I would say I did. And I don't back down from like stuff like that, because for me personally, like, do I have to be friends with people to feel like bad for them? No. So do I, especially like as someone that has gone through stuff like that, I feel like we always have to like stand up for each other to make this world a better place. Does that make sense? I think she was not over him yet, even though she got played. Well, the thing is, like, I do understand that, and like, who am I to tell someone when to move on? But like, bro, at some point, like, if you see like, okay, like, that person's like going through something or like whatever, like, as an example, like when that happened, and I'm not saying one specific person because there were like multiple people involved, and it was of course not every single one of those people that did that, but like at that time when that came out, right now the whole situation was happening with the breakup and someone leaking my medical incident, and like, how bad of a person must you be to think, wow, right now is the right time to shit on a person, you know? Like, how can people think that that is a good idea? Does that make sense? Like, how can you think it's a good idea as a woman to jump on a train of cancellation while that woman is like going through something like very traumatic right now, and you're like, oh, you know what? Jumping on that and kicking again and spitting on her is like a good idea. And I told them, like, some of them like messaged me, and they like, and one of them like asked me like if it's a good idea doing what they did, and I told them, like, bro, I'm gonna be honest, like, speaking your truth is the most important thing, but doing it in the context that you're doing it right now, people are not gonna take you serious, and I can tell you already that your trauma is gonna get shit on and laughed on. They didn't listen to me, and exactly that happened, and I feel bad for them, you know? Like, if something actually like hurts you emotionally, like, you should be taken serious, But bro, doing that in that manner is just never gonna be a good thing, you know? Like building up onto something that is like traumatizing for one person as someone that has worked in social media for a long time is never a good idea. Never. Things are good now? Yeah, 100%. No, I would say like over the first year, there was a lot of struggles, but I feel like since that thing in Germany happened, it might sound weird, but I feel like it had to happen because since then, I think I've never been in such a good relationship before. So yeah, and like, I don't know, like on my streams, I do talk about my relationship with Dantes and like how we do things and how we like go on like dates and stuff like that. But like I feel like on the rest of social media I kind of am holding back on that just because after that happened I had a talk with Dantes where I specifically asked him because like okay, so when me and Dantes got in a relationship, Dantes was kind of the one that was like viewed as like the social media pro because like I was on social media and for my numbers I had extremely good like viewer numbers and like followers and like financial support, etc., etc. But he was like way bigger than I was, so it was kind of like what he said was gonna be done because he just knows it better, you know. So he would always make like everything public about the relationship, and I was like always telling him that I don't really want that, but like if he really like thinks it's a good idea, then let's do it. Well, that turned out to be like a big shit show. So after the whole breakup scenario, I like had a talk with Dantes and his therapist, and I like said from now on, like after the Dokomi happened and we went back to Canada and we talked to his therapist. After that, I like talked to him and I was like, just so you know, I don't want our relationship to be like platformed and used for content anywhere. Like we can do content together and we can do stuff in the future together, but I don't want it to be like this thing of like, oh, we talk about each other in every second tweet. Every single little thing in our relationship is going to be talked about on social media and like discussed. Like we can share things on social media, but give them time for us to like process them, you know? So yeah, and after that we started to like, we do talk about each other or we do content with each other, but we keep it like more in a low key. Does that make sense? Like it's not in everyone's face. I need help. I broke up a week ago and now I don't owe my ex anything, but I met a guy at a party and we really like each other. I feel bad because it's disrespectful to be in another guy's bed at a week after breakup. No, it's not. You know how many people literally fuck someone else the same night that they break up with someone just as a rebound? You should feel bad about the guy, because if you don't mean it seriously but he thinks you do, like that's a shitty situation. Like there's a reason why you and your ex-partner or female partner broke up, you know? Like you're like, if the relationship was like, oh, we almost were getting married and thinking about kids, okay, then you should 100% take more time. But if it's just like a teen romance, hi Wayne, what's up? Okay, I need to do my lashes next, guys. I need to do my lashes next. Oh, ba, 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 ba. How's Yumi doing recently? She's sleeping. She's doing very good. Very, very good. I just don't think that rebounds are healthy, but that's just my experience. Well, I've never had a rebound, but I also don't think that it's healthy. I also don't think rebound is a good thing, but like, you don't have to feel bad about having one or like going for someone after being in a relationship, you know what I mean? Because like at the end of the day, you guys broke up. Like there's a reason. Like if you think about getting back with them, then you shouldn't do it. But like, bro, you broke up. Like, be fucking for real. Bro, I love this blush so much. This is my favorite blush. I wish he was a bit more peachy though. Also, guys, I literally am almost at 50,000 followers on YouTube. That shit is crazy because some of my like clips went viral. That is so crazy. Let me see how many we are at right now. Yeah, we're at 49,500. It was Judas from migration. I'm glad I'm out. Maybe I should just hook up with this new guy then. Bro, if you feel like it, just don't get emotionally involved. Like if your relationship was a bit longer, like it could be like that you're trying to look for someone to like not leash on, but kind of like find security in again. Like you need to like take a break. You know what I mean? Like take a break. Did you ever try wearing a septum with spikes? No, actually never. I've had my septum now for almost 4 years. No, 3 years. And I'm gonna be honest, did I have it for maybe it's 2 years. It's going to be 3 years though, I think. But yeah, I 100% have never changed it before. I had to like take it out once because I had an operation and you can't have like metal in your mouth, in your face or like on your body. So I had to like change it, but I've never like put a different type of septum in my nose. Gatito, thank you so much. I've been struggling lately a lot with my mental health. Do you have any advice about depression or panic attacks? Taking day by day, step by step. If you deal with a lot of panic attacks, surround yourself with things that make you feel comfortable. Don't overdo yourself. If you know panic attacks get worse because you like play video games and you get shit on in voice comp, or your panic attacks come because you are surrounded by too many people, try avoiding that. Like try making yourself very comfortable. Do things that are comfortable. Try walking around a bit and like every day, maybe like for 15-20 minutes, put your favorite music in your ear and just like walk somewhere where there isn't as much people and just do like things that are like mentally very calming. How long does it take to do all your makeup usually, and it is something you like to do, or is it just habitual now? So for me personally, doing my makeup maybe takes 45 minutes. It takes like 30 minutes if I have my lash extensions done already, but on a daily basis, I would say it takes 45 minutes, even though when I do it on stream, it does take longer just because like as right now, like I haven't done any makeup in the last 3-4 minutes because I've been like going into the chat and stuff, and that happens like every 10 minutes. So it does take a bit longer and I like take my time. But if I'm like on a normal day where I'm like, oh, I need to do my makeup, like yesterday I had my eyelashes done already, so it took like 30 minutes to get ready. And yeah, and I do it because I like it. I don't do it because it's like, oh, I need to do it or I have to do it, because for me personally, I do enjoy not wearing makeup. So on days where I'm not streaming, I do not wear any makeup. And the reason why I choose to wear makeup on stream is just because, so my clips and stuff, are known a lot for like makeup videos and stuff like that. And I feel like without makeup, a lot of times still like my private persona, you know? Like just Laura that chills with her cats and doesn't do anything. And back in the day, I actually like never posted myself without makeup, but not because I wanted to catfish anyone. Like if I would like meet someone on a romantic based level, they would always know how I look without makeup, but I would never show myself without makeup because I always viewed it in a way of like, it's like a mask I put on. You know how some streamers have a mask or like they never show their faces? It was kind of like that for me. Like I would always like put heavy makeup on so I looked different, and it would kind of like make me like different from my private persona. But at some point, like people started like leaking pictures of me without makeup. And then I was like, oh, okay, like, let me just like post it at this point. So I didn't really give a fuck anymore. And also I kind of realized that a lot of girls started following me. So I was feeling really bad, like showing them an image of me that isn't like at the end of the day me. Cause like, it's still me, but it's like a dolled up version of me. And I don't want to have anyone feel like they have to be perfect 24/7. Does that make sense? Hi, Nifty, how are you doing? How can you deal with Dantes yelling every day? I just do. Do you prefer warmer or cooler makeup tones? I usually prefer cooler tones, but recently I've been going for warmer tones. Also Tipps, wie man aus einer depressiven Phase rauskommt. Ganz viel für einen selber tun, ganz viel mental für dich selber tun, Dinge, die dich comfortable machen und die dich beruhigen und in denen du dich wohlfühlst und einen Step nach dem anderen machen und dir nicht eine ganze Liste von Aufgaben geben. Have you ever struggled with eczema or allergies before? Yeah, I had the worst allergy I ever had, where I had like an eczema was when I tried a different antidepressant and I was like allergic to it. So I had like burn marks all over my skin. Like it literally looked like patches that were burned, and they were just itchy and dry. And after I stopped taking that, I was doing way better. Definitely understand. I think it's crazy talent how intricate it seems to do makeup. I also get it. It's like your work face, like how people have work voice. So I get it. Yeah, and like you know how people, like as an example, if you work in a bureau type of setting where you have to have like a suit on, or you have like a button-up shirt, and you have to like as an example, like teachers that can't wear stuff under their knees, like you can't have a mini skirt on in your workspace, doesn't mean that in private you don't wear it, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is kind of how I can explain it. But I also like love doing makeup. It's just fun to do, like trying new things out and shit. Thank you, Ayana. Urishiram, hello. Hi, Julius, what's up? So I really think it's fuck it if you're not messing with people's feelings, and I don't think you need to owe anyone though to your ex and wait a while before being with someone. I also don't think so, especially if you don't go out in a good way. Because I feel like if you like, as an example, stop being in a relationship after like being in a relationship for 8 years, I do feel like not because you have to like owe something to your ex, but more so because after being in a relationship for so long, I feel like you should take your time off dating, because you need to do some self-finding, like some like spiritual who am I? Because like at that point you were like you and them. I feel like you should take some time to like reflect on who you are now as an older person. Because like as an example, 8 years is a long time, even 6 years is a long time. But like if you fuck 600 people in that time, you do you know what I mean? Would I do it? No, but you do you. What's your favorite type of lash extensions? I have a video on them. These are my favorite ones. They're the best. I have to buy new ones though. Antidepressants are just drugs to make you a zombie. Yeah, that's why I don't. depends. I feel like yes, but also they can help a lot of people not kill themselves. So I do understand where you're coming from, and that's also the reason why I stopped taking them and why I overall kind of like went into this thing of like, oh, I don't want to go to therapy anymore. But I do think that they can help a lot of people from very bad situations. I just think they shouldn't be like, you shouldn't be calling back to them every single time you feel bad. Like, I feel like we need to learn to deal with our depressions and our sadnesses inside of us, and cope with them in a good way. And if medication on that way to learn that helps, I do understand that, but it shouldn't be a long-term solution. Where did you get those lashes? Amazon. Some people do really well on antidepressants. That's true. Any advice on getting better at communicating your thoughts and feelings to a partner? Always start a sentence by I feel like. Don't start with you made me feel, this made me feel, I'm feeling. Like, you should always start with this makes me feel, because it implies that even though there may be a good intent or they didn't mean to like hurt you, you still feel a certain way about a behavior. Can you show the lashes again? They're from Tu Chunak, Fox Eye. All my antidepressants did to me was make me gain 10 kilos. Oh, did mine make me gain weight? I would say so, but I feel like it was mostly my pill for the ladies. I'm sorry, guys, for the ads. I'm super sorry. But a bitch gotta pay her bills, you know what I mean? Do you cut the lashes? No. Hast du eigentlich auch eine depressive Phase? Das klingt dummer, wenn man Leute für die selbst darüber absprechen, wie man mit solchen Phasen umgeht. Jetzt fühlt man sich noch allein. Your Girl, ist es okay für dich, wenn ich das auf Englisch mache? Weil da habe ich ein bisschen was zu sagen. So. Do you feel happy in your life relationship? Yes. Right now, I feel very happy. I am stressed about a lot of things, especially like financial-wise. Not because like anyone else around me is struggling. It's just like I'm unhappy with the amount of money that I make, and I just want to help out a bit more in like household, etc., etc. So that's like an internal struggle that I have currently, but everything but that, I'm very happy. Okay, so someone was asking how I deal, or if I even have like depressional phases. And I do have that, especially, I don't know if you guys remember, but after the subathon happened, I literally didn't stream regularly for like 2 months afterwards, just because I was so depressed. Like, I was doing so extremely bad that I could barely even stream. I was constantly just laying in bed and sleeping, and I'm starting to do way better now. And I'm trying to like fix things way more, but I feel like you have to understand when it comes to like depressional phases, I feel like trying to work against them makes them worse, while trying to just like let them be and go with the flow makes them go away faster. So as an example, after the subathon, I tried pushing myself to like do more, to like be active, do all these things. And I feel like it wasn't working out. But after I stopped trying and I just gave in, there was like 1 week where I wasn't doing anything. I was literally just sleeping, doing nothing. But after that, it started to get better. So I feel like you have to kind of give into it for it to get better. That's how it worked for me. But it doesn't mean that it works for everyone. So yeah. Wie findest du Zungenpiercings? Geil. The lashes do make a difference. I can't put them on, unfortunately. It's so hard for me. Any tips? Start trying to put a kajal, like kajal under your eyes regularly. And then you're getting used to putting something under your eyes, and then you can do the lashes. I watch every single ad, Laura. Don't worry. You can count on me raising your Twitch ad salary. Oh, bitch. Mwah, you want to make out? Real. No, you don't understand. Like the fucking Twitch thingy. Like Twitch is literally going down. Like Twitch is literally falling apart. And I'm so happy that my YouTube is working out, because you can't fucking imagine that. Like, as an example, like I make on a daily basis when I stream around $30 to $50 on ads, okay? Which is like for 9 hours stream, nothing. Absolutely nothing. That is literally like I cannot pay bills like that, you know what I mean? So if I make like, as an example, like on a basic, I make like $30 a stream, okay? So that means in 10 days, that's $300, 20 days, 600, and 30 days, 900. So if I stream every single day out of a month, and every single time it needs to be at least $30. So that's 900 a month where I make from ads, and I need to be live every single day for a special amount of time and have the same amount of viewers. Back in the day, you know what I used to make? Back in the day, I would stream for 4 hours and I would literally make like $70 to $100, like $70 to $100 each stream for 4 hours streaming, because Twitch had so much cooperation with ad brands. But after the whole fucking thing went down with Twitch getting canceled over being like anti-Israel and like heavily like encouraging terrorism and stuff like that against Israel. I'm not really in that whole scenario. That's just what I read, and why there has been like a lot of brands that were like, okay, like we're not gonna work with you anymore because we don't want to be associated with something like that. And they were like from the government, like investigations towards stuff like that. And I'm not really like educated on that. That's just what you could like read openly about. And after that, so many like ads, people that used to work with Twitch went away and stopped like producing ads on the website, that nowadays the ad revenue is so shit, literally. Do you rely more on ads or subs? Way back in the day, I used to only rely on ads. Like literally, if I would get like 10 subs a stream, I would not give a fuck about it, because first of all, like no one has to pay to watch me, first and foremost. And second of all, like just people watching ads was like already generating my income to a point where I was like good, like settled. But now that happened, it's like, if I see that, as an example, I only made 500 subs in a month, which is like already a big number, but like to pay bills and shit, it's just not that much. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a hard month. You know what I mean? Do you work out? It genuinely makes me so much happier. Yeah, I do work out. When is your birthday? My birthday was in December. Where did everyone go then? I thought Twitch was the place, but again, I'm only 2 months on Twitch. Well, it's not that they went anywhere. They just canceled like their ads, like their ad plans, which means like, as an example, if Nike used to run ads and pay Twitch, like, I don't know, 10 million to like run ads for 6 months, and then they would run ads like on like the most famous like Twitch accounts and shit like that, and then like people would make a lot about ads. But like a lot of those like big brands that are very like unopinionized, like a lot of brands don't want to be associated with like political things. So after Twitch was kind of like pushed into this like political era, like a lot of like brands jumped off because like that's just not brand safe, like not brand safe. Doesn't mean that the brand is like for war or anything. It just means it's bad for their brand to pick and choose a side, you know? And I kind of understand it. But yeah, no, like Twitch, in my opinion, Twitch is gonna die off, because for me personally, maybe like YouTube streaming is gonna start being a thing, like way more than it already is. Because you have to understand, for me, what I think it is just that Twitch just let too many things happen over a long time. Like Twitch let the whole like over-sexualization on Twitch happen way too long and way too much. And on top of that, I feel like Twitch turned from like a gaming content platform into like a sex working opinion-based platform. Because like even in the German community, a lot of people just like turn into these like opinion political bloggers. And I don't think it's a bad thing having that. I don't think it's a bad thing talking about politics, opinions, and like the newest stuff on social media. I don't think it's a bad thing. But like, as an example, if you play Fortnite, you don't want to see like an ad for like, oh, go vote for Kamala or Donald Trump, you know? Like, there's just platforms that I feel like that doesn't belong on. Because I always felt like, in my personal opinion, that YouTube was kind of like the opinion political debate platform where people would like educate people on specific things and like make videos where they would go into detail about, oh yeah, this is what this happening. This is kind of the opinion that I have, the opinions a lot of other people have, and the opinion you should have. And then people could like kind of look into that themselves. But I feel like nowadays so many people like talk about politics, religion, and stuff like that on Twitch and feel way too comfortable with it. But the same thing is like with like the whole like sexualization and like OnlyFans stuff. Like as an example, like putting OnlyFans links in your Twitch is not allowed, but putting a link tree that brings you to OnlyFans is allowed. You know what I mean? It just, for me personally, that's just like, how can you let that happen? So I do feel like Twitch is gonna like die off in the next couple of years. What about Kick, brah? Kick is just like blood money. Like that's just like bad human beings. Because like you're not a bad human being if you want to talk about politics. I'm just saying that I felt like Twitch was a better place when like political opinions were like minimal on the website, as well as like sexual content. It was like a gaming content creation platform, like doing makeup, talking, doing gaming, doing events. Like that is fun, you know? Because like as an example, like I'm not American. I'm not into voting for America. But when the whole thing was streamed on Twitch, like the whole like campaign thingy, like, and I streamed, like my whole chat was full of that, and I really don't want to talk about it, you know? Do you go to the gym ever alone? No, always with Dantes. It's always one eyelash lord that goes deep talks. Real. Where did I get my Kurumi hat? I really don't know where I got it from. I tried figuring it out, but I think the girl that makes them doesn't make them anymore, because I bought it like a couple of years ago from like a little store. I agree with you to a point, but at this moment talking about politics is very important so people are informed. With all the shit with Trump shit is getting censored. Yeah, but you have to understand, like as an example, I do understand that you should talk about politics, especially because like we're in a critical time. But I feel like I just said, there is a place for that and there's a place where it's not for. Because like as an example, if I sit on stream, I will say things that are not backed up. I will say things that are coming across as either wrong, false or very attacking towards something that maybe isn't the case. And that's why I always loved YouTube, because in YouTube people would sit down, they would film a 1-hour video that had backing up of their stuff, like their claims they were doing. They had links of them where you could educate yourself on. They had informative things on and all of these things. And I feel like that Twitch just doesn't give you the base for that, which isn't a bad thing, because like Twitch always used to be a gaming platform. And I feel like, do we educate people? Yes. But I feel like it's just not the right platform for it, for me personally. Strawberry, what's up? Watching your stream for the first time? Yo, Barra, thank you so much. I think you also have to flag your stream now as sensitive content if you talk about politics. Yeah, but we all know censoring your stream doesn't really do shit on Twitch. Like, bro, you're gonna have censoring on your stream being like, oh yeah, it's sexual content, or like some like with pool streaming shit, and you just click, okay, I get it, and people still can watch it. You know what I mean? What do you think about Hassan? Well, I don't know a lot about that person, because I'm not really into that much when it comes to like English streamers. I know like some that I like to used to watch, but they're like mainly like gaming streamers, and I don't have anything personal against him, or like I think he does like anything that's like on purpose, like malicious. But for me, he's like the same as like every other like opinionated streamer or YouTuber, even though I feel like educating is a good thing, 100%. I just feel like that should all be on platforms where you can think about what you're saying, backing it up with informational links and stuff like that. Because like, as an example, you have to understand, and has nothing to do with him, but you have to understand, especially big streamers, they hold a power. So as an example, if like there's a streamer that a lot of people watch, let's say that's an average of like 10,000 viewers. If that streamer tells people, oh yeah, you know what? Like, actually, women that stream all just want to exploit men, okay? I'm telling you right now, without any proof of that, any backing up of that, there's going to be a big number of people that believe that streamer, because they're young people, and they're gonna... doesn't mean that they're in the wrong, even though this scenario they are wrong, but a lot of people claim things without backing them up, and just that puts a picture out there that puts a lot of hate onto people. Like, as an example, the OnlyFans thing, like there was a thing where Soda Poppin's girlfriend was picked for a raid because she's obviously his girlfriend, and a lot of other girls were not picked. And like the streams were pushing each other to a point, being like, oh yeah, Soda Poppin's girlfriend is so insecure, she feels so threatened by other girls, and the girls would not do anything about it. They would just let their whole chat hate on her, which is like the most disgusting shit ever. Like, if you're one of those girls, actually fuck yourself. Like, bro, you need to actually live up a bit more to being a morally good person. Because if someone, like even with me, you know, I could literally hate on people. Like, as an example, I hate people that do OnlyFans, but as soon as someone writes in, oh yeah, someone that is a sex worker is a whore, like that person is getting a timeout or a ban. Because like, even if I don't like someone or something, doesn't mean that we're entitled to hate on them. And if you allow that in your chat, it's enabling that behavior, and you're not better than the people typing it. So, and saying, oh yeah, chat is it's a chatter, you control your chat. It literally takes me one click, or that's why you have mods, to ban behavior like that. And if you don't ban it, you're enabling that behavior, and you're part of the problem. So I do feel like there's a lot of like stuff that gets pushed out on streams without backing up information. Like, as an example, in that situation, there was no evidence that those girls were picked or like pushed away because his girlfriend didn't agree with him having other girls on that raid, even though there were other females in that raid. So I do feel like there's just claims that people make, people ride with it, streamers don't shut it down, enable that behavior, and then someone else, like Soda Poppin's girlfriend at the end said, you know what? Like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm not going to be part of the raid, which is like shitty for her, because she could have had a lot of fun. she could have like had a good time, but people like, and those girls like fucked it up for her. And it's like, why would you do that? You know, like that is such bad behavior. And that's why I think like criticism, opinion streamers, or like opinion people that do opinionated content, religious content, political content, I just feel like stuff like that needs to be put in a walked through video, as like in YouTube, where you can back things up with like links, information, so people can see, oh, this is actual information, this is actual things, you know? So yeah, that's just my opinion. Doesn't mean that if someone fights for something they feel important makes them a bad person. I just feel like people need to understand that a lot of times when you're on stream, you will say things and they will come over a certain way. Like as an example, if I'm the first one that can talk about it, because like how often do people take clips out of my stream and are like, oh my god, she's such an anti-girls girl, she hates on girls with OnlyFans. While if you really watch my streams, you know that I never hate on people doing sex work. I hate on people that morally seen exploit children and minors to a point that they're literally pimping out minors and being bad people. That's what I am criticizing, while I'm always defending sex work overall, because I don't think you're a bad person, you're a whore or anything just because you do sex work. So I think I'm the first one that understands that things out of your stream can be taken out of context. And well, for me, I'm a no one, you know, like for me, people are going to be like, oh yeah, she's against women. Okay, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you want to think that, that's on you. If you don't want to educate yourself further. And like, I can't change the fact that a lot of people just post clips out of context. But like when it comes to like big streamers, like their opinions weigh so much more than some of them actually think they do. And a lot of them exploit that and use that for a bad cause. So I feel like we should always, especially with streamers and people that don't back up what they're saying, we should always question that. And that's not going to happen, you know what I mean? Like people are never going to question things or whatever, because that would take time, that would take effort to like research things. But I feel like it is morally not the coolest, and also most of all, I don't think that it belongs on Twitch as a gaming platform, like things like that. That's just my opinion. And yeah, that's just what I think. I'm not calling anyone a bad person. I'm not saying that anyone is doing something bad. I'm just saying that me personally doesn't make me feel comfortable thinking about the fact that on a platform where I know a lot of my viewers are minors, there's a lot of information spread that a lot of times is lacking information, is lacking this, is lacking that, and then it's going to be misinformed in schools. It's going to be given further. Like as an example, I used to work in a school, and there was like a kid that would like watch a streamer in Germany that is pretty big, a guy, and he was saying that girls on Twitch only succeed because they're like showing tits and shit. And that kid found out that I was like doing Twitch, and he would tell the whole school, I was like working there, I wasn't a student, but he would continue on to tell everyone that I'm a cam girl, and that I have like an OnlyFans link, and that I have like that I do sexual stuff, and that I like show my tits on stream for money. And that's like not further from the truth that it could be, but because a big persona said that, people take that out of context and pull it into whatever they want. And I feel like that's just so dangerous, especially with young people and kids, because they take things for worth, you know? Like as an example, like if I see someone flying in a video, I know it's edited. I know they use something to like make themselves, I know he's not flying, but young people, like especially kids, will see that and be like, oh my God, I saw a man flying, you know? So I feel like, especially that's why I think a platform that is targeted from the ground for gamers, and we know that a lot of gamers are younger kids, things like opinions and stuff like that, just when it comes to religion, ethnicity, politics, or whatever, just it, for me personally, should not belong on this website the way it does. People saw your girl pop YouTube videos where you share your makeup master with us. They wouldn't say you hate women. Yeah, but you know, yeah, you have to understand, like people that say shit like that, they just see clips from accounts that don't even belong to me, that are cut in a way that I don't have any access to, and then they're like opinionated about it, and they don't care. Like, they want to see me that way, so they don't even, like, as an example, there was one time, I think the first time someone clipped something out of context, and I like commented under it and being like, oh, you're missing this and this part where I was talking about that, and then like girls were commenting under it being like, bro, you don't need to like fucking justify yourself, you're just a shit person and not for the girls. And it's like, they don't even want to view me in a good light, you know? So I stopped doing that, like trying to justify myself. It's like putting political discourses on Cartoon Network or something. Yeah, like putting political discourses on fucking Fortnite. It's like, for me personally, just not the right audience to checkmark, because I do feel like people that vote and that should have an opinion about politics and shit like that are all on YouTube. The government should ban all 18 plus content on the internet. It corrupts children and makes grown people creeps. Kind of understand, yeah. There's a platform for video games, childish content, and that draws children. No place for heavier topics. That's my opinion. Doesn't mean you're a bad person because you do it and you can like view it differently. But for me, as someone that has worked in children's care, I know how it affects the day-to-day children. Because like a lot of times these people are like, oh no, it doesn't mess up the kids, it doesn't change the kids, whatever, because they have never worked with kids in that manner. I've worked with children in the ages of starting 8 months. Of course, they don't watch Twitch, but like at the age of like 4 to 5, they start watching stuff like that. And even though some don't think, our generation does do that. A lot of 4 to 5-year-olds watch Twitch. You would be surprised how much they know about social media. And I worked from the ages of 8 months to the age of 18. And I do need to be like clear that I've worked in different etablissements. So I worked in kindergartens, I worked in social like housings where kids could come and like we would just like play with them and like have some free time with them. And in summer, they were coming from family backgrounds where they didn't have that much money. So we would do like things with them that were sponsored by our government, like going to the swimming pools or going to the movies with them and stuff like that. Then I used to work in 2 different schools. At kindergartens, I used to work in 4 different ones. And overall, I worked in another school outside of Berlin. So I have a lot of like different viewpoints. And one pattern that I've seen everywhere is that kids nowadays, after especially Corona, their opinions get formed a lot through social media and things that they see online. And I need to be honest, especially in the last couple of years, their opinions have been changed a lot about things that people on Twitch say, even though you would think it's more about YouTube, but no, it's a lot about Twitch. A lot. Like even their language, you know, we have a friend that has a small brother, and that brother like constantly says, am I right, chat? Am I right, chat? Pogas, chat. Am I right, chat? Even though there's no one in the room. Like there's maybe one of his friends, but he speaks like in third person with a non-existing chat. And it's like, am I right, chat? Like, what the fuck does that even mean? There is no chat. There's no chat in the room. Is the chat in the room with us? No. There is no chat in the room with us. So who the fuck is you talking to? You know? And it's like, maybe that's just the slang or like the whole fucking skibbity toilet shit. Like, it's just like, people don't understand how much their content, and especially Twitch, does impact young kids. Like kids that don't even understand the concept of religion or even politics. Like, bro, you would tell them, oh yeah, there's a Democrat Party and a liberal, and they would tell you, what? Domenico from NCL? The guy that fucked the girl, the Nespresso, Sabrina Carpenter, and it's like they don't fucking understand shit, and they don't have to. Like, their brains are still developing, but it's like, yeah, that's just my opinion about the whole thing. Hola, Tino, ¿cómo estás? Everything comes from the education they get at home and school. It's so bad. It's not just that. It's a thing of I should do my other eye, guys. I should do my other eye. I'm like low-key sitting here with only one eye done. And it's like, we should educate kids because 100% I agree that our school systems are lacking in a lot of things and are very like old. So I do agree that we should educate kids, but the education needs to be fixed to their ages, because you have to understand, like, as an example, if I sit here and I do a stream, okay, I know for a fact that there's going to be at least one person in here that is a minor, you know what I mean? So I would never sit here and be like, oh yeah, nipple slip, you know what I mean? Yo, 2M, thank you so much for the tier 1 and the 6th, and wow, thank you for the tier 1 gifted. So like, as an example, like, you know how some streamers, they like do like the nipple slip thingy or like the shaking their boobs and stuff like that, and that's kind of a thing when you know there could be a minor watching you, like, how morally disgusting must you be to do shit like that? And I view it the same way with like religion talk, political talk, and overall ethnicity talk, because I feel like that puts just things into kids' brains that they can't even comprehend. Talk to a kid when they're like 16. Make them understand politics when they're 16, 17, right before they are able to vote, and educate them. But if you know there's people watching you, there are little like minors, like little children, like why would you do that? You know what I mean? And it doesn't make you a bad person doing it, but I feel like it's something that the platforms themselves should not allow, you know? And I don't even understand why the platforms do it, because like you have to understand platforms like Twitch, as an example, live from ad revenue, you know, from corporations and shit like that. And we all fucking know that the best thing that sells the most is kid-friendly content. Kid-friendly content makes the most money on social media. Kid-friendly content, if you are a kid-friendly streamer, oh my god, you will literally make that back, you know what I mean? And it's like, why would a platform purposely go against kid-friendliness, you know what I mean? Even though they were built on kid-friendliness. Not a bad person, but so disconnected from the consequence of their actions. Yes, 100%. It's like YouTube creators marking borderline corn for kids. Kind of, yeah. Would you recommend your lash glue? For me personally, this glue is like very good, but a lot of people have told me that for them it doesn't work. True, I was heavily under impression and appearance of a very sexist YouTuber when I was 13, 14, and it took me 2 years to realize that that's wrong, that thanks to other parts of the internet. Yeah, 100%. Like, you have to understand, like, a lot of people sit there and they're like, oh yeah, but like, as an example, I don't know, who's an opinionated streamer? It's now just an example, and I don't mean that they're doing it. But as an example, Hassan, you know? Like, in most people's eyes, he is putting out an opinion that is very validated and very original and very educating in a good manner for people, you know? But it's like, you have to understand, people like him also exist in the same size on the other side, you know what I mean? Like, there's this side, but this side always has a other side, you know what I mean? And you have to understand that side, these people are heavily influenced by their opinions. So it's like two people that hold like power over other group of people. And it's like, but there's no room for discussion in between, because it's always like anti. And it's such a thing where the people give more about the opinion of the people that watches them, because they build up so much hate against the other side that it's like, we can't have normal discussions, because I feel like discussions are such an important thing to find the moral best solution. Like, as an example, if I sit here and I'm like heavily against showing kids' faces on social media, and my partner isn't. My partner's like, no, everything of our child should be posted online. You know, like, we don't scream at each other and hate each other. We find a common ground to educate each other. And I feel like that's something that is like that whole thing of allowing all these things happening on a child platform that are so dangerous. So I do understand that people should educate and talk about things, but it's the way we talk about them. And yeah, we should never be like against. We should always be like talking to things, you know. And I do understand that there is topics where you're like 100% where you have to be against it, because like, as an example, like Nazis, like, bro, you can't like talk to these people. There's no common ground with them. But I do feel like that most situations we do have two parties. Like, as an example, and I'm not picking it and choosing a side, but like the whole thing with like the war, Palestine, Israel, like I do understand that there's parties that do like very inhumane things, and there's just nothing that you can talk with them about. But you have to understand people that die from that party. Like, as an example, there was a way that kids were getting beaten up because they were Jewish. And I do not agree with that. I don't agree with hurting anyone. I don't agree with hating on anyone. I do agree that you can have a discussion and be like, hey, so I have this position. What is your position? But it's like you hurting someone because of their religion, because their religion is part of like a very hardcore war right now, doesn't make the situation better, you know? Like, it's just a thing that makes me so sad, because at the end of the day, we should not try to like fix each other up to a point where we hate each other. We should be like at a point where we're like, our end goal should be that we are all living and coexisting with each other to a point that we tolerate and accept each other. I don't have to agree with you, and I don't have to view things the way you do, but I can tolerate you in a way that it's like we can accept each other, you know? And at the end of the day, war is never a good thing. It doesn't matter. And that, for me personally, that's why I never pick and choose sides. I don't care who started the war. I don't care who's winning the war. I think about the children, the families that are getting ripped apart because of political disagreements, religious disagreements, then my heart goes to. And I'm not gonna say, oh, I feel more bad for these people dying than these people. No, I feel bad for both of them, because I'm privileged enough to sit in a room with my plushies, and I can go to dinner with my partner for his birthday, and there's people out there that lose their babies, that lose their kids, that starve to death, and I don't have to pick and choose to be like, this is inhumane, you know? So yeah, that's just my opinion. And that's like the furthest I would ever go to talk about politics on stream. Because yeah, like I said, I feel like it's just not the platform to talk about things like that. And if you want to like go into detail and educate us about specific things, I would always suggest you, if you're like interested in that, always look up YouTube people that do like in-depth, like taking apart a situation. They a lot of times have links where you can inform yourself about situations, where you can like read yourself into it, and also like forcing my opinion onto you. Like, if you don't want to view things the way I do, you're also entitled to do that. Your own human being. I can just like say my opinion as someone that isn't like fully educated themselves, you know? We need Laura educational content for kids about safety on the internet. Bro, I actually used to do that in my school. I used to educate kids about safety on social media, because I myself was a kid that got trapped in that. Toxic? How am I toxic? Oh my god, something is in my eye. Oh my god, I think I have something in my eye and I can't get it out. As a child, how did you get trapped in social media? So for me, it was a thing that my parents very, very harshly supervised my my phone. And I was giving a phone when I was, well, the first one with social media was, I think, in 8th or 9th grade, maybe even a bit, I think around that time. And I was like supervised very badly. Like they would take my phone away, they would go through my phone, and that made me want to like hide things even more until I got into a rabbit hole of hiding things that was just beyond crazy, where I was like even at some point like in a space that was very dangerous for me mentally. So yeah, I just feel like it's very important, like talking openly with your child. And if you want to give your child access to social media, having them to a point where you trust them and you don't have to supervise them. Michelle, what's up? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm almost done with my makeup. Promised. I like how you say your opinion, but also tell people to have their own opinion and research. It's a breath of fresh air from other people on those platforms. Yeah, because at the end of the day, like as an example, like if you are, I don't know, if you're an atheist and there's a Christian and a Muslim, you know what I mean? Like you can tell each other what your beliefs are, but you should never like force them onto other people. You should always like, you can educate people on like your beliefs, but you should always make it a priority that at the end of the day, like something like religion, something like politics, that it's something that you morally have to agree with. Because like at the end of the day, like if someone forces me to believe, like, as an example, in God, but I actually don't do, like what good does that do, you know? Like you should always educate yourself, and at the end of the day, find a way that you are really like invested in rather than getting forced into something, because then you don't really believe in it and will fight for it the same way you would if you educate yourself on it. It's like those people, you know, that tell people, oh yeah, I'm gonna stop smoking in the relationship because I'm in a relationship with you now, and but as soon as they get out of the relationship, they go back to smoking. It's like, if you don't do it for yourself and you do it for someone else, a lot of times you don't even believe in it, you know? And what good does it do then, you know? Just to have you on the side to count you as one more person, like, is that really the way we want to go in life? Give me just a second. Zeki, how are you doing in Poly? Hi. Okay, guys, let's do the rest of my makeup. But yeah, I do think that a lot of people would hate my opinion on those things, because they're like saying, oh, you have to have an opinion. If you're not opinionated about things, you're just trying to like have the easy road out, and like maybe you need to be hated on to like fight for the right cause. And it's like, I feel like if you educate this right way, you don't need to be hated for anything. Because there's a way to educate and to force. And I feel like if you force things on people, and like as an example, like let's say a vegan, okay? Like if there's a vegan person that tells me I'm a disgusting human being constantly every time I eat something, I will probably never talk to them again or give a fuck about veganism, you know? But if there's like a vegan that tells me why, if I'm interested in it, as to why they are vegan and why they choose it, and if you want more information, they can give you that. But at the end of the day, you do you. I feel like it makes you way more open to being vegan than the other way around. So yeah, that's just how I view things. Always make it an option for people to get educated by you, but don't force it on them. Is that a kitty in the background? Yes. Don't force, just share. Kind of. As it says with the cat and Laura, as they should be. No, my cats are the cutest. I love my cats so much. And I hope they love me too. And if they don't, I'm gonna get in big serious trouble. Yesterday, before I met with the girl, I actually took the fattest nap ever. I actually felt like so deep asleep. What type of tats have you seen that you think are icky? Sorry for asking. Men tattoos. And what I mean when I say men tattoos is like those men, like that one stereotype of men that like goes and gets like a lion tattooed with a rose and a compass and calls it like the history of his life. Like, no, Leonard, you're not a lion that had to fight his way out and find his own way till he found the rose of his life. You're a privileged white dude. Shut the fuck up. You're not all of that. You're really not all of that. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? It's like, be fucking for real. And then they're like, oh, I'm a lonely wolf. That's why I got a wolf tattoo in like a wood area. Be fucking for real, bro. You probably saw that on Pinterest. 60,000 other men had it and you were like, this is a good idea. While newsflash, it wasn't a good idea. I don't think men like that still exist. They do. They sadly do exist. Why do I know that? Had a lot of them in the tattoo studio. Würdest du es empfehlen, Zungenpiercing stechen zu lassen? Hab keine Erfahrung mit Zungenpiercing, hab kein Zungenpiercing. Ja, klar, your girl. Have you ever thought about having a YouTube channel dedicated to your playing games? I don't think so. I want to get cherry blossoms. That's cute. Too many of them still exist. Real. What's the biggest red flag for you? Oh, that's a good question. Depending on who. Like, red flag in a partner, red flag in a human being. Like, in what manner is a red flag? Like, you need to give me a bit more, like a red flag in what? In what type of person? Where's the best place to get your first tattoo? In a tattoo shop. When? Or in a hobby store and you see them all the time. Real. My brother just got a wolf tattoo. Sue that dude. Würdest du einen stechen lassen? Vielleicht, aber denke nicht. The YouTube Shorts has summoned me. That's so real. Oh my god, I'm gonna be that YouTube Short girl. Isn't that the girl from YouTube Shorts? Yep, that's me. How are you doing? What are all the languages you speak? English, Spanish, and German. Let's say partner. Biggest red flag in a partner. If you don't stick up for me. If you see other people like harshly like bad-mouthing me or looking weirdly at me or your family talking against me in like a bad manner that is not justified and you don't say anything, that's the biggest red flag. If you can't stick up for me and this relationship, oh, that's a big red flag. Ich war schon einen Monat krankgeschrieben, arbeite im Kindergarten, ab morgen meinen ersten Tag, für mich gar nicht ready, aber mein Therapeut meinte, sie finde es besser, wenn ich arbeiten gehe, dass ich kein Fan davon ist, sich krank zu schreiben, so bei sowas. Ich bin real mit dir, konzentriere dich einfach auf die Kinder. Glaub mir, konzentriere dich auf die Kinder, mit den Kindern, konzentriere dich nicht so sehr auf deine Kollegen. Thank you, Infi. Does that mean Dantes was relieved of the wallet duties for a while? Bro, currently I'm still fucking broke, so nah. Nope. Fuck no. No. What's your favorite song at the moment? Good question. Let me see. Give me a second. Just want to finish my face makeup. Might catch a stream. Hello, Megan. What's up? Nice to see you. You. Hope you like my little song for you. You speak Spanish? Yeah. Hi, Mom, was geht? Your Deutsch is so perfect. Thanks. Favorite birthday gift I ever received? Chlamydia. No, I never had chlamydia. But favorite birthday gift? A Monster High doll from Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm honored. No issue. No problem. Okay. But I still think I have something in my eye. It's bugging me very badly. But I probably will not get that out of my eye until I have to leave. And I still have to pick clothing, guys. Oh my god. I'm literally gonna go like a fucking homeless person there. I don't care. You're not broke. I saw the Pokemon pulls. Bro, the cards were not pulled for me. I sell the cards. Like, I sell the displays, the packs in there, and pull them for people. So I didn't pull them for me. Someone paid $8 for that pack. Do you have a best friend? Well, I have some good friends, but I wouldn't say I have one best friend. Not really. Haven't had one in a long time. Hi, Dixie. What's up? I can't but envy those who speak German. Nah, bro. Don't envy people that speak German. You drop one German word and the whole world's like, oh my god, Nazis. Okay, thanks. Yep. Grazie. You're my best friend, real. Bro, money is short. You're my best friend, of course. You're so special to me. You are the most specialist person in my life. No, this is not parasocial. I love you. I care for you. You're my one. And now sup. Okay. Oh my god. Bro, it pisses me off so bad that I have something in mind. I can't get rid of it. When is the Laurentia dating sim coming out? I know what you mean. Do you have any tips to apply eyeliner? Takes a lot of training to get it good. Good Banter, I'm so broke you couldn't get a copper coin. Shit. That performance was not subworthy. Fuck, shit, bitch. Fuck. Didn't gaslight enough. W Riz, real. I wanna dye my hair black. Do it. Do it. I would speak German for memes, plus I get to speak with the future in-laws. Real. Bro, yesterday I went to bed and like I'm going to bed and like 3 seconds after me going to bed, my cat and I'm like, bro, no fucking way. What are the dots? They're just cunty. What do you mean? How often do you have to dye your hair? All 2 months, but I never do it, so I need relationship advice. Okay. Why are you scared of breakups? My whole wallet is going to Dantes already. Yeah, but basically that's my wallet, so all good. Wouldn't it be weird becoming actual friends with a viewer? I used to have that a lot, but they would fuck me over every time, so not anymore. What's your natural hair color? Like a light brown blondish color. Okay, let's go. My hair's black, but I can't want to dye it blonde, bro. You're crazy. Losing someone is so scary for me. But you're not losing them. Like they still are alive. They're just not your person. And why would you like force someone to be with you or want to be with someone that's just not happy with you? Like, doesn't make you happy thinking about them being happy? Were you a Dantes viewer prior to dating him? No. I didn't even know Dantes existed before like I met him. I actually found out about Dantes live on stream. Axe, what's up? What brand do you use when you dye your hair? Hairdresser. Can you and Dantes adopt me? Yeah, sure. Can you cook? Can you clean? I'm making you my slave. No, you look a bit like you're preparing for a Maleficent cosplay. Oh my god, no, never thought about that actually. Felix predicted everything, bro. That's so real. Felix literally like fucking nuked with that one. Do you ever feel left out? I'm just asking for some advice. Yeah, of course. There's a lot of times when I feel like left out of things. Guys, I'm really hungry and I shouldn't eat anything because we're like gonna go eat in a second, but I'm like, por favor, me das algo para comer. Let me get a bread, okay? Like a bread should be good. Why does she have the same plushies 10 times? Is she special needs? Yeah. Where's your leggings from? Amazon. Cynical, what's up? Are you getting to eat? I don't know. Did you go to the gym today? Nah, today I didn't. Because I couldn't have streamed if I would have gone to the gym. Emo, was geht? How's Yumi doing? Better. Barry, that's so real. Snack before you so you can focus on conversations. Real. I'm making a gym video. I can do that. How often do you go to the gym? Every 2 days. Do you ever binge eat? Yeah. That happens. I have so much more motivation to work on cute gym outfits. Real. So real. What's that raw fish? Hacho, no era raw fish. Raw fish, no. No fue, no. Vani, thank you. Why aren't you allowed going to the gym? Hecky! Booby! Oh, Chungus! Oi, oi. Hi, oi. Oh, no. Stop. Guys, please stop. I got a surgery because of my spine. Oh, shit. The ears are flying. Can you leave his ears alone? We're not starting that again, guys. Have you ever tried learning an Asian language before? No. What the fuck is it? Stop it! Yeah, I need to censor it. You don't understand. Like, people are literally gonna be mean. My boyfriend calls me Big Chungus. I always call my cat Big Chungus. It's a Chungus Chaluzi. Chungus Chaluzi is stepping on my my mixing tape right now. Please don't. No, my cat's Chungus. What the fuck is you doing? You're gonna literally throw everything around. Okay. And the other one is just cleaning herself. Good for her, you know what I mean? It's like, good for you. Okay, guys, I just have to go now. I know it was super short stream, only 2 hours, but I at least wanted to stream a bit, you know what I mean? Like, getting ready and shit. So, yeah, I'm sorry that the stream was only so extremely short. It was just because I have to go now to celebrate birthday. But, guys, tomorrow we're gonna do a longer stream. I promise. Pinky promise. We're gonna do a longer stream and we're gonna do some cosplaying again, finally. And we're also gonna do some tattooing this week, so be hyped for that. And we're also gonna be doing some gaming. So I'll try to make the fucking Nikki Infinity game working for me again. And then we're gonna play also some mini games. I found some funny mini games that I can play on stream. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. But I think we're gonna raid Dantes first. Can you all spam happy birthday into the chat? I want you all to write happy birthday. Guys, right now, everyone spam happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dantes. Happy birthday to you. Okay, everyone, spam, spam, spam. We're gonna see each other tomorrow again. Love you guys. Bye-bye.